You're resisting arrest.
Put your hand behind your back.
Evil cops break laws every day, but now and then, they get caught red-handed. In this video, we will be looking at cases where evil cops got caught breaking the law. Starting with this first one where Greenville deputies beat and mock a mentally disabled man during a traffic stop. On May 9th, 2020, Kenneth Langford was stopped by Greenville deputies at Chapel Road in Greenville after he had just arrived at his destination. Immediately, the officer on site called for backup, and what happened after the backup arrived will leave you stunned.
I'm not out to try to start trouble or make scenes. I'm just trying to make it back home.
You're about to be... You're in a... You're resisting arrest.
Put your hand behind your back.
You're under arrest for interfering. You're interfering arrest.
Put your hand behind your back.
You're quit. Here, I'll get you another one.
Why you gotta fight like that, man? What is wrong?
Shut the fuck up.
You might have to do 3 minutes. 3? Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable that these animals would do something to a mentally disabled man. According to the lawsuit that Kenneth filed, one deputy delivered at least 2 knee strikes to the plaintiff's left upper shoulder, while another deputy said, "With a closed fist, I delivered 1 strike to the subject's meaty portion of the left thigh."
We need your help, buddy.
Why'd you do that?
Piston, sir.
No, all right.
Sit up. Sit up.
And when we tried to guide you back here, you tensed up on us, okay? That's what people do when they either want to fight or run.
I am not going to fight or run.
Making someone go through such pain and misery simply because they tensed up, that's the epitome of corruption. These officers belong in cages, not on the streets. Just take a look at how they laughed at the poor guy after the incident was over.
He was like in special ed classes growing up and laughed at me.
Oh, did you get hit?
All I see is they're like, come up here. I was like, well, get out of the goddamn way.
You pulled a Mason.
See, you guys got to learn, like I did on that traffic stop with Pierre when we were trying to get the guy out of the car and I knew Pierre was there. I just took 1 step to the side.
The suit states the plaintiff spent 16 days in the hospital, including 4 days in the ICU. Additionally, the suit alleges negligence and gross negligence, common law liability for false imprisonment, malicious prosecution, defamation, abuse of process, and intentional and reckless infliction of emotional distress. The Greenville County Sheriff's Office declined to comment on the lawsuit. It's wild to see deputies harass a mentally unstable individual like that. What's even crazier is when the officers blatantly try to get bribes out of suspects, as they did in this next case.
This, okay?
This event took place in Mexico when the local police stopped an American man for having an expired registration, but the reality was a lot different because the man's registration was actually good for another 8 months.
Hola, señor.
Porque no trae su verificación y trae doble registro vehicular. Lo molesta con su tarjeta de circulación.
¿Habla inglés? No, I have insurance. Insurance, this registration.
Tarjeta de circulación, no trae su verificación,
Sí,
no circula, es motivo de infracción. ¿Está a nombre de usted? ¿Es de empresa Traslux? A ver, lo explico. No trae verificación su vehículo.
No habla.
Te lo estoy parando. Fumado rojo, marzo, abril, las verificaciones.
Calendar verification.
No trae verificación, es motivo de infracción.
No infraction.
Infracción. Por no verificar en su periodo de verificación correspondiente al calendario de estado o lugar de circulación, estados contemplados en el acuerdo de la verificación obligatoria, Aguascalientes, 6,200 pesos.
6,200
pesos.
620.
Sí.
$62 infraction.
Sí, 6,200 de infracción. No trae la verificación.
For this? For
sí.
this?
6,200.
No habla.
6,200 de multa. Dinero en cash, dinero, 6,200.
Yeah, dinero.
Ajá, 6,200.
Pesos, 620 pesos to continue.
Ajá.
Infraction?
En la infracción es de 6,200. Esta es la infracción. Por no verificar.
And what is the matter with this problema?
Sí, tiene problema por no verificar. Es una multa de 6,200. Entonces necesito su licencia.
I don't know if I have $62. Do you have a receipt?
¿Puede pagar? 6,200 ahorita.
At this point, the man thinks he has to pay $62 for an infraction and asks for a receipt as well. But what he fails to realize is that the officer is asking for a bribe, and in exchange, he will let him go.
Man, you're killing me, man. You have a receipt?
No, son 6,200.
640. I feel like I'm getting shook down. No, you get a receipt? A receipt?
6,200 de multa.
600.
No, 6,200. No. 6,200 de multa.
What?
O sea, es una infracción de 6,200. Chécale a ver si.
What? Right?
6,000. Son 6,000. Aquí son 600. Son 6,200.
Times 100. 6,000.
Sí, 6,200 pesos.
No, I don't have that. This is it.
¿Cuánto traes?
What?
¿Traes los 6,200?
I don't have. You say. Okay. Un momento, please. So you say 6,000.
6,200.
400. That'd be $640. 6,000 on. See, budget rental.
The man soon realizes that if he doesn't pay the cop, he will have to pay 6,400 pesos, which is equivalent to about $500 US.
Sí, a ver,
Is the budget?
del dinero, cash. ¿Cuánto traes? ¿Los 6,200?
And what, this? This? Okay.
Ah, sin mente. A ver,
What?
así nada más los 600. A ver, ya vete. Código 8. Código 8. Ticket. Código 8.
Un momento?
Código 8. Código 8.
Go.
Sí.
Dude, I just got totally raped by the police, dude. Hola, Mexico! Viva la Mexico!
It's wild to think that officers like these are out in the open doing this to hundreds, if not thousands of people daily. And this cop was unfortunate enough to get caught red-handed, but there are thousands of others whom we will never see or hear about. It is unbelievable that an officer would do such a thing. But in this next case, the officer does something even more strange when he pulls over a guy for having a loud exhaust.
If I see you in the city again, I'm gonna arrest you. And I'm going to tow your car, do you understand?
On September 21st, 2021, a YouTuber named Lil David Garcia posted a video on his YouTube channel showing an incident that happened to him while he was visiting California. The officer made a huge mistake, but was too arrogant to admit it.
License, registration, insurance, please. Yeah. Hey, David, the reason why I pulled you over is for your loud exhaust.
Okay.
Any reason why it's so loud?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it's modified.
It's modified?
Yeah.
What'd you do to modify it?
Just an exhaust.
Just the exhaust?
Just a catback exhaust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, turn your vehicle off.
Oh my god. Here we go again.
Noises, but it sounds like SpongeBob. Like
The SpongeBob boots.
Is it him? It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same one. He's gonna take out his little sound meter. He's gonna do a little sound test.
I mean, why is he even doing it? You have your.
It wasn't the officer's first time pulling over this guy. He had already done it before, but the difference this time was that he was no longer a resident of California. He had actually moved to Arizona. This meant the officer couldn't say anything about the loud exhaust, as Arizona allows its residents to have these kinds of exhaust systems.
Okay. Emergency brake on. Go ahead and start it. I'm going to have you bring it up to 3,500 RPMs. I'm going to have you hold it, and then I'm going to have you let off of it, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead and bring it up to 3,500. Go ahead and shut it off. So you're at 106.2 decibels.
Okay.
Okay, legal limit is 95.
95.
Yeah. So
your catback mod.
Yeah.
Has boosted that up. Okay.
After this incident, the YouTuber moved out of California, so he didn't have to face this again. But, as luck would have it, he was in the same situation with the exact same cop.
Oh, he's taking pictures. Taking pictures of my tires. I'm gonna remember this car.
How are you?
Oh, he's getting the angles. He got them angles. He's like, what else do I see? He's like, yup, that's the one. Wait, I need to get a little closer up.
All right, David, you're being cited for loud exhaust and modification of the emissions, which are in violation of California emission standards. You're being state refereed. You got two options. Okay, you can either drive the vehicle straight home where you live or to a repair shop. If you are found driving the vehicle again, you will be arrested and the vehicle will be towed.
Well, I'm from Arizona. My friend's an officer. He told me that you're allowed to be in California for 10 days.
That's untrue.
Yes.
Anyhow, you're being cited. Not admission to guilt, just wants to appear in court. Just need a signature here.
Where do you live in California?
California or Arizona?
California.
I don't live in California. I live in Arizona.
Oh, you live in California?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I moved.
This is the second time I've pulled you over.
Yeah, I know. I moved after that because of you.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to deal with this.
You can't continue to drive the same vehicle in the same city after you've been refereed once. Okay, so I'm not towing your vehicle today. I'm cutting you a break. But if I see you in the city again, I'm going to arrest you and I'm going to tow your car. Do you understand?
I'm allowed to
You're not
visit.
allowed.
I'm allowed to visit California.
No, you're not.
Anyhow, if you're gonna drive this vehicle, it's a violation of emissions. You need to tow the vehicle. It cannot be on the roadway. Do you understand? Okay. Hang tight. All right, you've done this before, so make sure you go to the state referee, get the vehicle back into compliance before you go to court. Court names on the bottom.
I'm from Arizona, so.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
No questions.
The worst part about these officers is their arrogance. They make mistakes, but then double down on them even after realizing they might be wrong. This is what corruption does. It makes you blind to your own toxic behavior.
Got something on this ticket that I just saw right now. Look at this. Alright, so muffler required to be properly maintained. Air pollution control device. State referee sign off only. And then look at this one at the bottom. Fenders and mudguards required. I am lost right now. I got my fenders. I don't have a hood, but I have fenders. And mudguards, these don't even come with mudguards to begin with. It's not a rally car, it's not a truck, it's not a semi. The only type of mudguards they make for these cars is like one little plastic piece that just goes right here, and then another one that goes right here, but like write anything down to just make me pay more fines or something. It's pretty messed up, but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. The courtroom is gonna think this is pretty dumb. They're probably still gonna give me like a correction fee for it, which is gonna be $25. They're gonna be like, all right, did you get it corrected? And I'll be like, what do you mean corrected? Like, I've always had fenders and mudguards. So they're gonna be like, okay, just pay $25. Just so they can make me pay $25 still. Watch, I know it. The dealership gets some fluids and stuff, so that was like a 2-hour drive on the way there. Probably about like 4 motorcycle cops behind me. And they just drove by me, they didn't care. I'm like Gilly over here, oh Gilberto, didn't want to let me go. Just doesn't want to feel like he lost. If he doesn't give me some sort of citation, you know, because he gave me one in the past, and he just wants to prove a point. He's just out here trying to harass me, telling me that he's gonna arrest me next time. He's gonna impound my car. We still had a lot of fun today. I had a lot of fun. I'm not gonna let this thing ruin my day, you know.
These corrupt cops are ridiculous with their power games. The YouTuber was absolutely right. The cop did all of this to protect his giant ego. Fortunately, the YouTuber captured and released his games for everyone to see. If you think this is just an isolated event and the cop probably hates loud cars, then watch this next case, where an officer arrested a man for no apparent reason.
Nope, get out of here, man. Don't fucking touch me. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't commit no crime.
In a shocking video released by the Alberta Rights Media YouTube channel, an officer can be seen harassing a man for sitting in a car peacefully. The interaction starts pretty smoothly, but then the officer decides to get aggressive and all hell breaks loose.
Hi there, how are you today? We got a call about you.
Me? For
yeah,
what?
because you're videotaping people leaving the parking lot, so they think it's suspicious.
Oh my gosh.
So do you have your license, registration, insurance for this vehicle, sir?
Sorry, have I committed a crime?
Yep.
I've committed a crime?
Yep.
And what crime would that be?
You're being suspicious, so we're investigating.
Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
It's neither of those two things.
What's your
this
name
isn't
and
the
badge
US.
number?
62260, Constable Smith.
Okay, sweetheart. And what would you like today, cupcake?
Your license, registration, insurance for the vehicle.
No, not gonna happen.
It is gonna happen.
Okay. You tell yourself that. You can leave me alone, man. I'm here absolutely doing nothing wrong.
You've been called in as a suspicious person, so
I
I'm
haven't.
going to...
Have I committed any crime?
I don't know.
The officer is acting weird and has no idea what he is talking about. The man being accused initially plays along and is surprisingly polite, but what happens next changes everything.
Okay, license, registration, insurance, please.
Absolutely not.
The problem is now you've been called in, so we have to do an investigation.
Yeah, you do your investigation, sir. I'm not stopping you from that. You can do that. What's your name and badge number?
Constable Neufeld, regimental number 609.
All right. So as your officer just explained, he said because I'm filming,
that's
which is my constitutional Canadian Charter of Rights, constitutional. I'm engaged in a constitutional activity. He cannot deem this a crime. If he wants to take it there and escalate it, we absolutely can. But this little cupcake right here ain't gonna do shit.
No. See.
I rolled down my window to talk to you to let you know that I mean no ill will or no harm. That's it. But you know what? If he's gonna escalate it, then I'm not gonna be nice to you.
But he hasn't. Like
he has. He just told me that I've committed a crime.
No, I don't.
This little here just told me I committed a crime.
I didn't hear that one, but here, can I try to explain it to you?
You just touched my do it again. Do it again and see what happens. Get your hand out of my car. Get out of my car. Get out of my car. It's on video. It's on video. You put your hand in my car.
Step out of your vehicle.
I can't step out.
Okay, well, you're under arrest for obstruction.
Nope. Get out of here, man. Don't touch me. Get the out of here. I didn't commit no crime.
You're under arrest.
I don't give a You can't obstruct me. I didn't do nothing. Get the out of here. You got out of my. You put your hand in my car without a fucking warrant. You idiot.
You're under arrest.
This is a prime example of what happens when power gets out of control. These officers have been so thoroughly corrupted that their first instinct is to get violent and act entitled. Thanks to this man for giving the officer a reality check and fighting for our rights. What are your thoughts on the incident? Do you think the man was justified in the way he reacted? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one we have in store for you. Thanks for watching. This is Detective Mystery, signing off.